Good evening, everyone. Welcome to CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv. I am Joey Gonzalez alongside Neil Martin, getting you set up for tonight's nightcap. It is the final between in the Division III Sac-Joaquin section boys between the Foothill Mustangs and the Sierra Timberwolves. Foothill out of Sacramento, Sierra out of Manteca. Foothill coming in with a 27-3 record, and Sierra coming in with a 27-2. Both teams are coming in super hot here, Neil. As you know, looking back on it, Foothill's coming in with a 22 game win streak, and Sierra coming in with a 26 game win streak. So obviously, it's one of those the old saying, "Someone's O has got to go." Tonight, so we'll have to see who that is. But tonight promises to be a great up-tempo matchup here between these two teams.
Absolutely. You just mentioned up-tempo. Both of these teams known for their speed, great ball movement, get up and down the court quickly, don't tire out as long as the game continues to go on, and more often than not, they get stronger as the game goes on. We're in for a really entertaining matchup.
Right. Historically, Foothill playing for their fourth section title. They last won this division back in 2003. Sierra playing for their first title ever. This is only their second time in the title game. Last time was 2001 when they lost on a last-minute three, 47-46 to Riverbank. And Foothill is the first ones with the ball, and they will start just underway here at Power Balance Pavilion in Sacramento, California. Shot is up, and quickly on the board is number 23, Kelly Bender. So let me give you the starters out here for Sierra quickly. That's number 11, Joseph Berry. You got number 23, Guillermo Nunez. Look for him. He is Sierra's playmaker. Number 25, Emmanuel Elijah. Number 30, Justin Patton. And number 45, Will Ward. Will Ward, obviously someone that Foothill is going to have to key on. For Foothill, the other way, it is number 4, David Sanders at the guard. Number 12, Anthony Williams, a junior guard. Number 23, Kelly Bender, a senior guard, as the shot is up. Rebound still with Sierra. And number 24, Michael Bryson, who is headed to UC Santa Barbara next year. And then number 32, Douglas James at the forward. As Ward able to get his first 2 points of the evening. Officials for tonight's contest is Joe Valdez, Craig Moore, and Jeff Raw. So early on, looks like both of these teams are really able to play freely here, Neil.
Yeah, and you just saw number 45, the big man for the Sierra Timberwolves, Will Ward. You mentioned him already, 6'5" center, and just look at him. He's a beast of a man. He's going to try and dominate the boards all night, a real force in the paint. If you don't get at least 2 bodies on him, he could be in for a huge night.
Will Ward, the Valley Oak League MVP. Of course, Sierra won the Valley Oak League. They are the number 2 seed in this section or in this division. And Foothill, the winners of the Pioneer Valley League, they are the top seed here in this division. Third contest, I want to say, that has gone. That we've had a 1 and 2 seeds facing off of each other, and pretty much at this point here tonight, Neil, all the games have pretty much just gone chalk.
Yeah, you know, they really have followed the stats. We've had, I believe, all of the number 1 seeds win so far in all of those 1 versus 2 matchups, and 2 of those wins were really convincing, and none of them were by less than 8 points.
You can see already automatically, as you said, Neil, how Will Ward's size is going to affect Foothill, and Foothill is going to really have to do a good job about keying on him and figuring out how to contain him. Obviously, speaking with Coach Drew Hibbs earlier, one of the keys to his game is that he was trying to force turnovers, really force Sierra to play an up-tempo style. So force turnovers, get out on the open floor, and get up the floor quickly for easy points. So 5:42 here on this first quarter. Foothill and Sierra both knotted up at 2 points apiece, and this one really looks to be a great ball game here tonight. Foothill working the ball around the perimeter. That's Williams. Williams is Bender drives. Bender able to get the shot to fall.
4 points already for Bender, and he has excellent form when he shoots the ball. Great wrist movement. You can see him when he comes off the ground to pull up, whether it's for a layup or a short-range jumper that he hit earlier in the game for the other 2 points for Foothill. He really is just a great offensive player.
Sierra inside, nice turnaround move there by Justin Patton, and the foul. Foul's going to go against Michael Bryson, and early foul trouble is not what Coach Drew Hibbs can afford for Michael Bryson. Michael Bryson averaging 19.3 points a contest for the Mustangs, as scores all knotted up at 4 points apiece. 4:58 to go here in the first. And a blocking call, Coach Thomason not liking that.
Nah. He did not like that call at all, but it was pretty clear that it was a foul. Good call there by the ref.
Neither one of these teams has been here for quite some time. It's been about 9 years since Drew Hibbs has been in this position, and 11 years to the day that Coach Thomason for Sierra lost to Riverbank, as I was saying, in that last second three. But speaking with Coach Thomason, I was asking him whether or not experience really matters here in this level, and he says it really doesn't. It's all about execution. Both teams are really hot, and it's all about who's going to be able to execute better here down the stretch.
Well, yeah, when you think about it and you have new players rotating out every 4 years, a lot like college, experience really doesn't matter unless it's been recent experience and you've been on the team during their successful season. So as it is, both of these teams fairly fresh to this level of basketball. It'll be interesting to see how maybe the coaching experience plays into it tonight, like you mentioned.
Nunez, drive in left side, hits the fadeaway to give Sierra the early 6-5 lead. Their first lead here of the afternoon.
Wow.
But Foothill able to answer right back. That was Douglas James.
Not a lot of defense being played here early on. Both teams getting a lot of good looks, and they aren't even taking all of the good looks they're getting.
Well, they're coming up with the trap, and it looks like Foothill's trying to trap, but not it's not a hard trap. It's more of a, it's very loose.
Movement-based trap.
Exactly, and they're allowing Sierra these passing lanes. So Guillermo Nunez, someone that Coach Thomason really relies on a lot to direct traffic for his ball club. He is their playmaker, as I stated earlier in the pregame. There's a 3 attempt, no good. Rebound out to Foothill, and Foothill's pushing the ball all the way down the lane. Nothing happening there, but rebound there, Foothill. And one, that is Douglas James.
That is power basketball right there, just backing into 2 men in the paint to open up his own line to the hoop and just getting it in there, getting the job done, and picking up the foul.
3:52 to go here in the first quarter. Foothill leading Sierra 9-6. And James shooting his and one at the line.
So make it a 2-possession game here early on too.
Sinks it, so 10-6 now, and James with an interesting elongated dribble. I've never seen such an interesting free throw, pre-free throw ritual there. Just dribbling it with one hand, almost a dead arm with his with the left. There's Nunez getting pressure in the backcourt from Williams. Nunez gets stopped at the baseline. Sierra's working around the perimeter.
Good defensive play from Williams. He's been doing a good job on Nunez here early.
Blocked at the top. That is Michael Bryson. Michael Bryson really loves to get out there on the open floor and try to push things, and it works well here for the Mustangs. So checking in here early, Dante Hullum for the Mustangs. 10-6, Foothill with the early lead. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. Joey Gonzalez along with Neil Martin. I have no idea where I was going there, Neil. Almost turning the ball over there, but Bryson out on the open court floor now. Dishes out to the wing. Shot won't fall.
Right idea there. Step up, not take the three, and still with a good open look. Just a little off the mark, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, just draw it in, get as deep into the paint as you can, force that defense to collapse, and get those open shooters on the wing. There's Bryson with the easy lay-in. Those are his first 2 points there of the ball game. So 12-6. Foothill up by 6 early on. 2:57 left here in the quarter. Wide open basket hanging there for Sierra and Brett Wilson, who checked in at the last break.
Look for a lot more easy, fast points like that from both of these teams tonight. As you mentioned, tempo going to be a big part of this game. Both teams playing relatively similar styles in that effect.
Mustangs working around the perimeter, trying to get in a post. Lay-in there, nice, beautiful lay-in there by Kelly Bender. Coach Hibbs really relying on Bender and Bryson tonight. He really knows that if Bryson's going to have a tough night, it's going to be Bender is going to have to step up.
Well, when you look at their body types, they're both tall, rangy, really long arms, but wow.
NBA three from Michael Bryson. And gets Bryson up and excited early, and Coach Thomason down 9, 17-8 right here with 1:56 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Division III Boys Basketball Championship Final here in the Sac-Joaquin section on the Play On Sports Network.
You can watch highlights or a replay of today's game in our on-demand section, and you can also buy a DVD or Blu-ray of today's game right on CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv. Click on Buy DVD and you can order today's game right now. Have a game that lasts a lifetime, brought to you by CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv.
1:56 to go here in the first quarter. Foothill leading Sierra 17-8. It's the Mustangs and the Timberwolves.
Big reason why the Mustangs are leading by 9 early. Like you were saying, Bender and Bryson, and getting back to what I was saying about them, they're both tall, long-armed, very thin, tall, the typical prototype of what a good basketball player is. And they know how to control their bodies in the air, get a good extension, and really have a great shooting motion. You saw it there with the three that Bryson made. But the really cool thing is that even though they're tall, you wouldn't expect them to have the explosiveness that they have. But if you watch Bryson and Bender closely, they're both very fast at driving into the lanes that they find and are great in open space anywhere on the court.
Foothill playing matching up in the man defense. Down to the post. That's Diari Allen into the ball game. There's Nunez. Nunez swings it up top. Fade away. 18-footer is not going to fall there for Emmanuel Elijah. Here's a three by Deshaun Clay, who checked in at the break. Nunez. Foothill not really pressing early on, but you expect that to change as the game goes further.
Absolutely. Maybe a strategic move here by Sierra's coach here early on, not to push it, maybe save a little more energy for later and not get tired out early on. Maybe let Foothill tire themselves out a little bit so that you can spring on that weakness later.
Well, this is danger here for Coach Drew Hibbs with 47.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Bryson already picking up his second personal. He's got 6 already, and so Drew Hibbs is going to have to. Well, I thought that it was going to be. It looked like Douglas James was going to be coming in for Bryson, but he's going to leave Bryson in here, and I'm not sure if. Do you consider that a gamble there, Neil?
I definitely would. Bryson is one of your leading scorers throughout the season, one of your 2 best playmakers. If he gets a third foul here in the first or early in the second quarter, you could be in serious trouble the rest of the game.
Rebound back out to Sierra. That is Eric Melgar, who checked into the game during the free throw. Here's Nunez on the wing. Big, long three there, attempt by Tim Thornton, no good. 3-point by Deshaun Clay, finds the bottom of the net, 20-8. Foothill with 9 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Foothill not making this look like a matchup of 1 versus 2 early on. Looks like a matchup of 1 versus 8 or 1 versus 10.
That's going to do it there for the first quarter, a fast quarter there. And the big early lead here for Foothill in the Division III Boys Sac-Joaquin Section Final. Foothill Mustangs leading Sierra Timberwolves 20-8 right here on Play On Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to advertise your business while reaching the greater high school community? Then you want to advertise on CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv. We have great rates for your business while giving you the opportunity to get your message out to a very important demographic. For more information, give us a call at 619-677-3246. Want to have your game broadcast live on the internet and be able to watch it again and again on demand while making money for your sports program? Want to give your students the opportunity to create their own broadcast for your school's athletic events? Then contact us at info@kbcsports.com. We offer season packages for schools, a full curriculum for your students, and an opportunity to raise up to $10,000 for your sports program. Again, that's info@kbcsports.com, or call us at 619-677-3246.
Looking at the numbers early on, I mean, it's easy to see Foothill out with the shooting the ball well at 53%. Meanwhile, Sierra only shooting a 33%. And it seems that Sierra's had a lot of opportunities at the basket, but just can't connect on those shots.
Well, what's really surprised me is that they haven't given Nunez as many looks. Nunez typically scores, 19, 20 points a game. Great shooter outside and inside, and he's only having 2 points here early on.
So just into play here in the second quarter, Joey Gonzalez alongside Neil Martin here at Power Balance Pavilion in Sacramento. It's the Sac-Joaquin Section Division 5 Boys Championship. I'm sorry, not Division 5, Division 3. I was doing a Division 5 game earlier, but Division 3 Boys Championship game. Foothill leading Sierra 20-8. Right now at the line, that is Kelly Bender shooting 2. Foothill out of the hometown school. They're a black and orange team, so when they walk in, it's like an attention. And Bryson with the nice putback.
And there we see him using his tall, long frame just to get his arms and upper torso over the top of another player to get that rebound.
Yeah, I mean, he did not. Boxing out did not work with him. Bryson just going over the top of the defender.
I'm kind of surprised they don't have him guarding Ward.
Here's Ward. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think looking at both body sizes, I don't know if Foothill has really a player that can defend Ward. And so obviously you don't want your best player to get, your marquee player to get into foul trouble. And Will Ward looks like he can really cause a lot of damage. But first free throw is in and out there for Will Ward. Will Ward, big 6'5", and really playing the pivot well here early on. He's able to get the second free throw to fall.
He's just so wide.
He's wide, he's 6'5", and he's got just a big base. And looking at Foothill, that's why you can see that they really don't have that size to match up with him, because everyone's very sleek and slender. Turnover there by Anthony Williams on Foothill, stepping out of bounds. So it's going to be Sierra ball. 6:58 here in the second quarter. Foothill leading 22-9. Foothill really needs to get in a run here if they want to get back into this contest before halftime. And so silly fouls that you get on the backcourt. Sometimes, kids get very aggressive defensively, but David Sanders picking up the cheapie there in the backcourt, and already with the 15th foul there for the Mustangs.
With as big a lead as Foothill has here, though, early, I don't think they need to worry about being too aggressive. with a 13-point lead, you can really be free to be as aggressive as you want.
Bender going coast to coast, able to lay it in. Bender, that's 8 for Bender. Him and Bryson lead all scorers at 8 points apiece. Foothill leading 24-9. And one thing Sierra does, I mean, they have a matchup down low with Will Ward. I don't know why they're not working off the post, but that could be it. Maybe they just need to get hot from the three. Tim Thornton knocking down the three-pointer, cuts the lead in half, cuts the lead down to 12, 24-12, Foothill.
Look for them to go to inside to Bryson here. Yeah, there he goes.
Bryson, the nice left-hander down the lane.
Well, when you've got a guy who's 6'4" like that and has a guy who's 3-4 inches shorter than him guarding him in the paint, I'm sure if you're a coach, you'll take that matchup 9 times out of 10.
Really nice. What I liked is seeing Bryson with the nice back-to-the-basket move there. He's not just a face-up shooter and a wing player. He really looks to play the post. Here's another three attempt by Thornton, no good. This one's got a rebound to Foothill. And Bender now out on the open floor.
Like you said, he's listed as a guard. Really looks like more of a forward in terms of his physicality inside the paint.
Quick, slender player. They call that sinewy. I heard that word once, when they to define Kevin Garnett, his body type. They're tall, they weigh a lot, but it doesn't look like they have a lot of muscle mass. Compare that to Will Ward. I mean, that guy.
He looks like he could be playing linebacker or something
absolutely.
for a football team.
So Bryson at the line, shooting 2. First one is good, 27-12. And if how things go to form, I mean, as I said at the beginning of the ball game here, it's been all the number 1 seeds have gone on to win tonight, and I'll get some of those scores for you later. But Foothill leading early on, or leading about midway into the second quarter, 27-12. Bryson able to knock down both of his free throws, and he's stayed in the game and hasn't picked up any more fouls. So give Bryson credit to know how to relax defensively. Sierra and Thornton.
Good ball movement here, trying to find an open look, but Foothill playing great defense, rotating really well, and there they get the steal.
And that's what Coach Hibbs wants to do is force turnovers, and they're going to get a blocking call down there on Thornton. That's going to put Anthony Williams at the line. Williams not happy. And that's something that you don't see a lot of is high school players with the ink.
Be for Williams, his first points of the night, yeah. Maybe frustrated that he hasn't made a basket until that free throw right there.
So Williams makes it 30-12 Foothill, 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Nunez now under pressure there from Williams.
Nunez still with only 2 points.
Here's a 3 attempt in and out by Barry. And pushing the ball. Mustangs doing what they do best, running out in the open floor. However, Clay not able to connect.
But still showed good athleticism there. Got in between 4 guys and was able to rise above them all and almost put that basket in.
Here's Bender. Bender really, I mean, each time just gets out there and wants to get out there and run.
Wow. That was beautiful right there. Great form by Clay. Just missed that shot inside the paint and takes it on himself to make up for it with the nice 3 there.
21-point lead for Foothill. They lead 33-12. 3.5 to go here in the first half. And Sierra really has to get something going here now, or else it could be a long night. I know we've got a whole second half to go. So really want to make things happen. You want to cut the lead down to, there's still enough time they can chip away, get it down, get the lead down to within, if you can get it inside of 15, I'd say you got to feel pretty good about yourself if you're Coach Thomason.
I think if you're Coach Thomason, you need to get more looks outside with Nunez and more looks inside with Ward. You're having a lot of your bench players and lesser-known starters taking a lot of shots here early, whereas Foothill is sticking with their bread and butter, Bryson and Bender, and it's done them pretty well. I mean, up by 21 points here in the second quarter. And
yeah, I mean, one thing Sierra knows, though, they do know they have been down before in the half, at the half, and have made some great comebacks. Last week, they were down at the half, or the other, I shouldn't say last week, but in the semifinal, they were down at the half against Center, able to come back and beat Center 67-50. And that's when Tim Thornton had a big game. He came up with 24 points. So if Tim Thornton can start connecting on a few more threes here, that's all, pretty much it's all that needs to happen. You just need a guy to get hot, start knocking down some shots, and back in it. But you need to rebound the ball.
That usually helps,
Yeah, you don't want to give up offensive rebounds and extra possessions. Foothill doing a great job defensively, and really just applying pressure, forcing turnovers. And Bender with the reverse. 35-12, Foothill leading through 2.5 to go here in the first half. Here's Nunez.
There's Thornton. Ooh.
And what I'll have to, what I want to look at, after the half is, we haven't seen a lot of Ward here. Will Ward, we've only seen him, for a brief moment in the first quarter, saw him for a brief moment in the second quarter. But you need some easy buckets here if you're Coach Thomason. You can't just rely on outside shooting.
Well, yeah, and we saw early on, you were the one that noticed it, is that Bryson was not covering Ward, and you look at the rest of the Mustangs roster, especially at their starters, their next tallest starter is 6'2", who's 3 inches shorter than Ward. You got to figure that Ward, being the big guy he is, probably has a lot of physicality in the paint.
It's when you start working on that inside-outside game and get it down to the post, have him work back down the defender, and if they're going to play him one-on-one, use that as a 3 attempt. 3 is good there by Thornton. No, not Thornton. That was, Joseph Berry.
Oh, really?
So cuts the lead to 20. Foothill trying to answer on their own 3, but not able to do so. Here's Thornton pushing the ball up. Sierra looking to go on a run here. And a foul. Foul against Deshaun Clay is going to put, I think, Diari Allen at the line. That is Diari Allen at the line. 20-point lead for the Mustangs. They lead 35-15, a minute 46 to go in the first half. As Allen at the line shooting 1-on-1, he's got to connect on both. Gets the first one. But as we were saying, what are some of the things here, Neil, that you think Coach Thomason's going to be talking to his Timberwolves about in the locker room?
Well, obviously, get the ball to your playmakers more. I mean, we've mentioned that a few times already. But the other thing that I've been noticing here of late is that they haven't been playing good defense at all. They've been leaving a lot of open lanes open, and they haven't been having tight, clean rotations. They start out playing well, and then slowly their defense gets looser like that right there, which you just shot. He didn't get the shot, but he got an open look after the play developed.
Here's Thornton to Nunez. Thornton swings the ball around the perimeter. Trying to get it inside. There's Allen. Allen playing with the back to the basket, but really a tough shot there. Also, need a little bit more patience there with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing Sierra needs to do is they need to start winning the battle of the boards. Foothill dominating in that category here in the first half.
3-point attempt there by Clay, no good. Rebound, though, put back up by Bender to make it 37-16. Foothill, 30 seconds to go here in the first half.
And there you saw
it. A touch foul, yeah.
Second chance points. The Foothill has gotten a lot of those from Bryson and a couple of their other big men early on.
A foul there by Anthony Jones will put Nunez at the line shooting 1-1 with 28.2 seconds to go here in the first half. And Foothill leading 37-16. And really, you know, I was talking about they've been hanging around at the 20, 21 points differential there. You know, you're hoping to get down to 15 within 15, but they have not been able to cut into that lead at all.
No, they haven't, and it really comes down to the fact that on offense, their bench players and their other starters other than Ward and Nunez haven't been shooting the ball at a very high percentage. And then on defense, like we mentioned, allowing a lot of second chance points, a lot of plays to develop, and are allowing themselves to get beat and aren't challenging Foothill for the ball as much as we thought they would.
So Coach Drew Hibbs did not like what he was seeing. He saw his team getting pressured in the backcourt. He decided to take the timeout. We'll do the same here with 25.3 to go here in the first half of the Division III Sac-Joaquin Boys Basketball Championship. Never mind. We'll just keep it right here as the whistle they come out of the break. And as you were saying there, Neil, and much thanks here to our producer, Bo, Foothill, as you said, dominated the boards 21 to 11. They've just been monsters on the board. And that's what's giving them those second chance opportunities. One of the things that our stat tracker doesn't keep track of would be interesting, those second chance points.
Yeah,
Comes inside and a foul.
Wow.
As Douglas James is going to be going to line for his and one. Trying to get the lead up to 12. 39-18 right now with 15.3 seconds to go.
Well, that is what you look for coming out of the timeout if you're a coach. Draw play up, breaks down, you start to improvise and pick up 2 points and a foul. You got to be happy with that.
There's James. Free throw is good, makes it 40-18. So a 12-point lead here 22-point lead here for Sierra. I mean, not Sierra, but Foothill.
Sierra wishes it was only a 12-point
right,
lead.
Yeah. That's manageable. Long three, no good, and that's going to do it there as Foothill comes down with another rebound. But we still have a full other half to go. But for this one, this half is in the books here as Foothill leading Sierra 40-18 right here on the Play On Sports High School Sports Network.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run us to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac-Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot, kept alive, back and one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter steps under center. In their tight wing formation, Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run, breaks through, 4 tackles, and now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown, Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple of yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
No 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side. Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20 with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21-20.
Already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh, my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh, boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve. Championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity. Look for Wallace. No, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace
No better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader. 25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace. 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
In the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas. Has time. Goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton, Hilmar, and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling, 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dylan, he's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dylan goes to show why he is a Division I prospect as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away from the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember, they were up 35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2011 Division II Sac-Joaquin Section champions, the Vacaville Bulldogs. They win 39-35 in a
3rd and 4 from the 24-yard line. If this kick is made, I think I know who our player of the game is, unless Escalon can pull a rabbit out of the hat. Snap down. Hole is good. Kick from Ben.
You know, I don't know if they,
Whatever you want to do, I'll
usually,
do it.
Usually it's the analyst or oh no. So back underway here in the 3rd quarter as Foothill leading 40-18 here in the Division III Sac-Joaquin Section boys final. Joey Gonzalez alongside Neil Martin, and Neil, I mean, really coming out of the locker room. Foothill is going to get to the line quickly, but what do you think Coach Thomason told his Sierra Ball Club?
I think he told them that they know.
Or I shouldn't say. I'm sorry, not to interrupt you. What should he have been telling them? What do they need to do starting this second half?
Well, first they need to admit that they didn't play their best basketball because they did not play anywhere close to their best. Accept that and then go from there. Figure out a new game plan. Make the adjustments that you need to make. Like we mentioned, get it to your playmakers. Make sure you're winning the battle of the boards. Take better looks on offense. All these things need to come together for them if they want to make a run at this game during the second half.
Some numbers here in the first half numbers here for you. Foothill shooting a very good shooting percentage, 52%. Sierra only 26% at the half. They're only 6 of 23 from the field. Foothill 25% from the 3. Shooting 7 of 12 free throws, so 58% from the line. 22 rebounds, though, for Foothill. 7 offensively, only 11 for Sierra. Surprisingly, only a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, and Sierra not happy for what happened. And I'm not exactly sure I turned away there, Neil. You might know exactly what had happened there, but I missed. But Will Ward again coming out of the ball game, and you wonder, one thing I didn't look at and didn't pay attention was Will Ward's fouls. And, maybe we can get to those numbers here soon, but how many fouls Will Ward has, because looking at that, he only played 6 minutes in that first half.
Which was surprising. We were both surprised about that because he's such a dominant force. I believe he has 3 fouls, and I believe what happened there is there was a little bit of there was a foul called on Ward, and then a little bit of trash talking going on between Ward and a Foothill player. It might have been Bryson.
So that's always going to be an issue. But when you saw Bryson pick up 2 early fouls, he's been able to stay relatively clean. Hasn't gotten in a big serious foul trouble. And if that's the case there with Will Ward, as we got an injured Sierra player on the floor.
Well, like you were saying, Bryson got into early foul trouble. And even though he's managed to stay relatively clean, like you just said, he also hasn't scored any points since he picked up that second foul. He's been stuck at 12 points since about midway through the first quarter when he got that second foul. So even though he's been on the floor contributing, getting assists and a lot of boards, he hasn't been racking up the points like he normally has, but his teammates have been covering him well, and a lot of Foothill players have been able to produce quite effectively.
Justin Patton going down the floor, he looked to have an injured leg, and though being helped off the court there by the coaches, and Coach Thomason being one of them, you can almost, it doesn't look good there for Justin Patton. Not to bring up a unfortunate incident, but it's reminiscent of last year, and it escapes me, but unfortunate to see a player on this floor last year in these section finals unfortunately broke his leg, and that's always tough to see when you see that happen to a player. So hopefully Patton will be okay. We'll see if he can get back in here into this ball game and help out the Timberwolves. So working down low, flipping up a crazy circus shot there. Brett Wilson able to make it count, though, 44-22, and now the full court press by the Timberwolves, and you almost have to. But Foothill doing a great job using the pass lanes and breaking up that press, and that's what you need to do when you're breaking a press, is just keep the ball moving. You do not stop. Once you stop, that trap's going to get you.
Well, there's a change in strategy. We did not see Sierra playing the full court press during the first half, and maybe that was why.
Thornton very short there. Comes back out there to Williams. Williams for 3. No good. Rebound to Sierra. Let's see, Sierra is getting pressure from behind and almost turning the ball over. Able to collect it. Looking for Nunez. There's Nunez. Nunez up for 3. Bank it.
And there's the Nunez we've been looking for. We looked for him all the first half. Remained relatively quiet, only 4 points. First 3 of the night. And those are the outside looks you're going to need to get if you want to get back in this game. Him and Thornton are probably going to be getting a lot of looks here in the next few minutes.
Bryson almost able to knock it down. It comes down. Rebound finally comes down to Sierra. And De'Ari Allen. There is Thornton for in and out there. But he's going to go for the 3 the old-fashioned way is Emmanuel Elijah. And the Timberwolves with some life here now. 5:08 to go here in the third quarter. And but that's what Coach Thomason's ball club is going to have to do, is force some turnovers, pressure the ball, get some open looks, and they're going to have to knock down some shots.
Well, don't call it a comeback yet, but looks like the momentum is definitely swinging early on here in this second half. If Sierra can keep this up, Foothill could be feeling a little bit of pressure here later on.
Bryson with the rebound out to Foothill, and Foothill, Nunez doing a great job of knocking that out, but upset with himself too because he knew he had a chance to get that steal, could not get his hands on the ball though. But good job of breaking up that fast break there.
And his coach is probably thinking, stick with basketball, son.
And we got to get a travel here. Kelly Bender with the turning the ball over for Sierra. So this is the kind of play that Sierra needs, forcing some turnovers.
Look for Nunez here on this play.
Yeah, with Will Ward in foul trouble, you're going to have to look for Nunez to help
Which
you get out of trouble.
isn't necessarily a bad thing in this situation because you need to be taking outside looks at this point. You want to make it to where you're within maybe 10 or 8 points by the time you get to the fourth quarter. Otherwise, you're going to be hard-pressed.
Sierra not happy there as they were looking for the jump ball, but instead got a foul there against Brett Wilson. And that is Brett Wilson's second personal. Nunez only with 7 points here tonight. But Sierra applying the full court pressure. A 2-2-1 zone. Pressure zone, nice turnover here. An opportunity, almost turned the ball back over to Foothill though. So Nunez gonna settle. Melgar puts up the three, no good. Bryson with great position there to bring down the rebound.
I thought that three was going to go. That was from pro range right there, and that was pretty good form there.
Nice of Bryson there to break down, get into the lane, unable to make anything happen. Here's a full court pass, turning the ball over. Sometimes you do have to take some risks there when you're down by this many, and Nunez not happy. Just cutting through the defense there was Kelly Bender. Good, he's got a great first step there.
It was amazing how much elevation he got right there. Great burst through the lane and just able to make a great jump to put himself over his defender.
Nunez getting blocked by Bryson, but picks up the foul, so he'll have an opportunity to get his two from the line.
You got to wonder when Ward is going to come back in.
David Sanders picking up his third personal. Nunez gets his first, makes it 48-28, 3:23 to go here in the ball game. The nightcap here for the evening here from Power Balance Pavilion. Joey Gonzalez alongside Neil Martin. It is the Division III Boys Sac-Joaquin Section Boys Championship. Foothill Mustangs in the white. That is the Sierra Timberwolves from Antigua in the blue. There's Bryson, nice turnaround. Good post work there from Bryson, but not able to make anything happen there as Diari Allen comes down with the rebound. There's Nunez for three. And it's as if the Sierra
cold.
fans. And not what you want to do there when you get the player out in the open court. You've got to foul him. If you're going to foul him, you're going to foul him and make sure he doesn't make that basket. But an opportunity here for 3 points from Dante Hullum.
That was just a dumb foul. There was no reason for that. He had an open lane. And like you said, either try and block the shot or let him have the basket. He's already got one more step on you, and when he's that close to the basket and already in the air, there's just no reason for that.
Hullum back irons it, but Bender, I call it with the push. And Foothills fans not happy with that. A lot of orange and black here in the at Power Balance Pavilion. Of course, Foothill in Sacramento, kind of near the Foothill Farms near North Highlands area, if you're familiar with Sacramento. Almost turning the ball over. And here's Nunez, an easy lay-in. Finally, something easy there for Guillermo Nunez. He's going to have an opportunity to get his three the old-fashioned way.
He only had 4 points the whole first half, 6 in this quarter, and we still have 2.5 minutes left. He has gotten far more looks, and I think we were both surprised that he didn't get this many points and this many looks in the first half. Wow!
Nunez with the nice, quick 5 points here. Cuts it to 50-33, 2.5 to go here in the third quarter, and maybe some momentum and some life here for Sierra. And one thing you can't do is foul, because that just stalls the momentum. Any kind of momentum you have going, it seems to usually take some air out, especially if you're putting the man at the line. So Williams at the line, shooting 2. To add to opportunity to add the Foothills lead, but first one is in and out. Brett Wilson and Will Ward still over there sitting on the bench, and doesn't look like Coach Thomas is going to use him here the rest of this quarter. Second one by Williams is good. 51-33, Foothill, 2:20 to go. Just when it seems like Sierra's gets a little life here, Neil, Foothill quickly just clamps down.
Well, and that's what good teams do. They're not allowing Sierra to get back within a range where they're going to have any chance at a victory if it comes down to it midway through the fourth quarter. And even though they're only down by 18 now, and that's a far cry from the 23 it was at halftime, Sierra, has to find a way to get some more open looks on the outside. They have not had any easy shots on the outside, which is where they're going to need them right now.
Both of these teams will still have an opportunity as that was Melgar. Putting up the 3, no good, but both of these teams will have an opportunity to continue their season next week as regionals start. I believe they'll start on Tuesday. Foothill prevails. They will be hosting a regional game where Sierra will have to go on the road. And that's it. Essentially, it's the NorCal tournament. And that's when you usually get the Sacramento teams, Sac-Joaquin section teams facing off against the Bay Area teams. So that's always fun. We'll have that for you folks next week here on the Play On Sports Network. Joey Gonzalez alongside Neil Martin here from Power Balance Pavilion in Sacramento. Minute 37 to go here in the third quarter. Foothill has really pretty much led it almost the entire way. I would say like midway through the first quarter. Once they got some separation, it's just been all Foothill. 51, they lead 51-33. Make that 52.
Sierra would... The crushing thing for Sierra is they would probably be within only 11 or 12 points if they hadn't made as many really just dumb fouls as they have made here in this half. And as it stands now, it's still a 20-point game. Nunez has stepped up his game as well as a few other players on the court contributing for Sierra. And yet they're just making enough mistakes to let Foothill hold on to the massive lead that they grew in the first half.
There's Wilson back out to Nunez. Nunez gets in the paint. And a little bit more for that of Nunez is what Sierra needs. Not to settle for the 3. I mean, you can see he's getting an opportunity for 3 here at the line.
Well, and this is the third chance he's had at a 3-point play in this game. And like we were just saying, you would think they would be closer. It's just that Sierra has given up a bunch of the same plays to Foothill.
Deshaun Clay picking up his second personal, and the free throw there by Nunez makes it 53-36 Foothill. A minute 8 to go here in the third quarter. There's Williams for 3. No good, but there's the rebound on second chance points. Has really hurt Sierra here as Kelly Bender. He's got 12 here, 18 points, leading all scorers here tonight.
Ultimately, a lot of things have hurt Sierra, and they've just compiled. And that's really, they're beating themselves right now.
Foothill not liking that call, a blocking call. You can hear the student section, the cheering section there for Foothill. Drew Hibbs really not liking that. And they're going to reverse the call there. They call it an offensive foul. They're going to give this to Brett Wilson. Brett Wilson picking up his third personal. So Sierra has really had problems here with their foul trouble. Nice steal there by Nunez. Way to poke the ball out. Nunez will just go with the nice 10-footer from the wing. Oh, and this is going to be all Foothill. We're going to get the launch. Nope. Just easy lay in. And good job there by James to just lay it in. You can tell he wanted to dunk it, but just did not have enough of the lift. But nonetheless, 2 points is 2 points, and Foothill leads 57-36. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Nunez from the baseline. Drops it 57-38.
Well,
Here's Bender. Try to get a shot off here. No good.
Of all the reasons Sierra is down by as much as they are, it is not because of Nunez.
3 quarters in the books here from Power Balance Pavilion. Foothill leading Sierra 57-38 in the Division III Boys Sac-Joaquin section final right here on the Play on Sports High School Sports Network.
KBCSports.com will be providing live audio coverage of the state regional basketball championships as well as the finals. March Madness comes to high school basketball in California on March 17th for the regional basketball championships. 4 venues of coverage around the state. Then the following weekend, March 23rd and 24th, it's the California State Basketball Championships. You can catch it all on KBCSports.com, your home for high school sports. CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv and the Play on Sports Network showcase great high school games every week, and now you can access our content using multiple platforms. Follow us on Facebook, get the latest news on Twitter, or catch our highlights in high definition on YouTube. All of our content can now link to your favorite social media site. Share all the high school action you see every week. Brought to you by your home for high school sports, KBCSports.com and Play on Sports Network.
So getting ready to start the fourth and final quarter here of the nightcap ball game between the Foothill Mustangs and the Sierra Timberwolves. And Neil, earlier on we were talking about why we don't see much of Ward, and it has been the foul situation. If you look up on the scoreboard, he has 4 fouls, so they're going to have to ride him here, and Will Ward's going to have to somehow figure out a way to stay on the floor if Sierra's going to have an opportunity to cut this lead. Inside of Ward. Ward working out to Thornton. Thornton for 3. No good. Rebound. Now, if that falls, that's the kind of play that they've been missing here. But, unfortunately what you need is to have your league MVP out there on the floor to give yourself that opportunity.
Well, and the bad thing is now, like you just mentioned, they just now get Will Ward back into the game, but it has gotten to the point now where they can't afford to go inside too many times. They're running out of time. They're down by 19, and now they're going to have to take outside looks, and they haven't been very successful from that range.
Douglas James with the turnover there for Foothill. Inside of Ward. Ward drops it. One thing that you never do, though, you don't ever want to pack it to pen it regardless of how far you're down. You want to still kind of use your inside-outside game. Go inside to get some opportunities to get some open looks. So we'll see whether or not Foothill will make those, play them defensively, but however, it's tough when you get outside shooting like that from Anthony Williams. 59-40 Foothill with 6:40 to go in the final quarter. Inside of Ward. Ward turn around, dumps it in, and you can see now what's been missing with Ward not able to get out on the floor. I mean, really limited him tonight, those foul situations. That's a tough thing to do to handle when you're a coach.
The good thing for Sierra is that he's making his presence felt, which may open up some more open shots on the outside here as we progress through the fourth quarter.
And Sierra trying to start to go on a mini run here. 59-44, able to cut down the lead to 15. As that was Justin Patton. Justin Patton, who was hurt earlier, able to make it back on the floor. But that's one of the reasons why they've been having such a hard problem, a tough problem on the boards is the inability to rebound without Will Ward out there.
Well, and also this reason we see right here, they're fouling at very inopportune times.
Bryson has had a quiet second half, very good in the first half, but quiet in the second half. I believe that's only his first point here of the second half.
First point he's had since the first quarter. He had 12 points in the first quarter and has not had any points since then.
It's been Kelly Bender leading the Mustangs tonight, as Bryson able to knock down both of his free throws. Here's Nunez. Nunez, the floor general here for Scott Thomason. It's all about execution and making the right play. There's Thornton for three. I'm sorry, that's Barry. No good. Timberwolves will keep the ball. Down 61-44, 5:41 to go. Here's Ward working in the pivot. And you can see his post moves. Oh, just turning the ball over. I'm not sure whether he lost that ball or if he was trying to pass it.
It looks like he was trying to
Thornton.
get it to Thornton, but just a little bit of an errant pass there.
Here's Bender. And good move there by Bryson, although at an expense there at Foothill. But Bryson able to get up on the floor. Drew Hibbs not liking what he was seeing. He thought that should have been a blocking call. I'm surprised he didn't get a charging call.
Yeah, I would have thought that was a charge. Ward clearly had his feet planted. Look, you can see it on the replay board. Ward had both of his feet planted. It looks like Bryson was sort of able to go around him
and that's the thing. That's why he was hurt. That's why it's hurt. And Foothill fans not liking that, but Ward standing his ground. Ward standing his ground, and excellent job by the officials, although they are huddling here. I don't believe that they can't change a call. They made the call, but I think they made the right call there as Ward stood his ground. And Bryson, really, the reason why he fell so hard there, and you said it, Neil, is that he tried to change, he did a good job by avoiding the charge, but contorting his body in that fashion is what got him to fall.
Foothill fans blaming it more on Ward than on Bryson's change of momentum. I think they maybe seeing things through the hometown crowd's eyes.
Oh, absolutely. But you almost can't blame Foothill. I mean, they're looking for a way to get Ward out of the ball game. But when Ward's playing straight up defense like that, it's unfortunate that he's had some foul trouble, because you can see here in the fourth quarter the type of impact he's had here for Sierra. I mean, really been able to cut into some of this lead. Now, it has gotten away from them a little bit, but they at one point were able to cut it down to 15.
Well, in total in this game, he's probably only played around 8 minutes or so.
He had 6 minutes in the first half and about a minute, in the third quarter.
And in just in that short time, he has 9 points. So imagine if he had been in for the whole game. We could be looking at a 20-point game had he been in the whole time.
5:15 left here in the ball game. Foothill leading 63-44 over Sierra in the Division 5 Sac-Joaquin section boys final. And Coach Scott Thomason not happy with something going on. He's discussing something, getting very animated there on the sideline with the officials. And I'm not sure if he's just not hearing what he... As Sierra inbounds the ball, and Nunez will take over. Really need to make something happen here. At this point, it's just you just go out there and you play. And whatever happens, happens. There's inside to Ward. Ward working inside. Gets blocked from behind. No, but we had a good move there by Patton to collect himself.
Comes in and cleans it up.
There's Bryson. They're going to call Patton for a tripping.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Bender's just dribbling
a little on himself.
A little out of control there. But obviously the only eyes that matter are the eyes out there are the officials. And if they see it differently than we do up here. First free throw, no good here. Here's Bender shooting a second. That one drops to make it 64-46. Foothill. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the final quarter. It says the nightcap of a 4-game set. We're going to be back here tomorrow with an eight games tomorrow evening, afternoon, and morning into the evening. But that's when basketball gets real fun here. 4:42 in the ball game. Nunez at the line, shooting 2. Sinks his first to pull within 17, 64-47. Second one falls short. Bryson able to collect for Foothill. Bryson, top of the key, stop and pop. Nice, and you always like to see that. I mean, great. It's a great move, difficult move to pull off, to come, stop, and pop, and able to sink that 15-footer.
Bryson made it look easy on that play, too. That was beautiful.
Here's Thornton for 3. Barry, I'm sorry, I want to keep, I get those two gentlemen flip-flop, but Ward an opportunity. I want to say I think these are his first free throws of the evening, but Will Ward able to get some points here at the line.
He's definitely been giving out more free throws than he's been taking.
First one just short irons it.
It seems pretty typical for big men. It seems the bigger you get when it comes to basketball, the lower your free throw percentage generally.
In and out there for Ward. Loose ball out to Foothill. And it's going to stay. It's going to stay Sierra ball. So Foothill picking up, Sierra getting a break there. Here's Nunez for 3. No good. Rebound to Foothill. Here's Bender. And Foothill's just going to kind of settle. 3:53 left on the game clock. There's Barry doing a good job of closing out. Bryson finding space there, and that's going to be the last there, or 5th one on Will Ward.
I was sort of just following Bryson there as that play developed, and he was getting roughed up. There were guys straight up running into him, trying to just throw him off his course. It's pretty clear that if he wasn't being double teamed, at least, he would be getting more easy points. Maybe that's why he's been so quiet throughout most of the later parts of this game.
You know, that you really hate saying that. It's unfortunate, but Will Ward fouling out with 14 points in limited minutes. You know, it's a shame because you would have liked to have seen what he would have been able to do had he not gotten into foul trouble. But those fouls have really limited his playing time, and you know that it was very, difficult for Coach Thomason to do what he really wanted to do there offensively. But give credit there to Coach Hibbs. I mean, they really understood that they needed a key on Ward, and make sure that Sierra or Ward would not beat Foothill. 3:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. Front iron short, but again, there's Foothill coming up with the offensive rebound. Look at Bryson really working to get open. Credit to Anil Sahota, doing a good job of staying with them. Sierra's doing a great job of just putting one defender on him and not allowing him to get open. Look at Bryson, though, able to get open, launch a 3, no good. As Nunez collects. Nunez looking for an opening. Here's Thornton. Thornton drives and able to get the short 8-footer, and Coach Thomason will go ahead and take the timeout. So with 3:03 to go here in the ball game, Foothill leads Sierra 67-49 right here on the Play On Sports Network.
Need a highlighting video for your athlete working to earn that 4-year scholarship? Then you want to contact kbcsports.com. We can provide recruiting video for any athlete in any sport. Not only that, but we give you your own recruiting page right on our website. No more mailing DVDs to colleges. Instead, email coaches the link to your personal page. For more information, including pricing, contact us at recruits@kbcsports.com or call us at 619-677-3246.
So far tonight, we've had in the Division 5 girls basketball final, it was Brookside Christian beating Turlock Christian to win the Division 5 girls championship. Division 4, or I'm sorry, it was Division. Well, I'll get those scores for you later. I lost my notes here, so I apologize. Nunez. Here's Sahota. Back out top to Thornton. Thornton driving. Sahota for Dolch's a three. Take him to the bank. 67-52. 2:37 to go here in the fourth quarter as Coach Thomason calls a timeout. That leaves Sierra with 3 left. But looking back at the other finals for tonight, Sac High beat Modesto Christian in the Division III girls final. That was the contest right before this one. 73-36. And for the D5 boys, it was Capital Christian over Central Catholic, 64-50. And in the D5 girls, the closest game we've had all night was Brookside Christian beating Turlock Christian 63-51. And so it's been all chalk here as all the number 1 seeds have won. And we'll see whether or not tomorrow shapes up the same way.
Not only have they won, but won in very convincing fashion. Getting back to this game, 67-52, Foothill has the lead and 15 points. That's the lowest amount of points Foothill has led by since the first quarter, near the end of the first quarter or the early part of the second quarter. Just shows you how dominant Foothill has been.
So starting tomorrow morning at 11:30, we'll have the Division IV girls basketball final. Got 6 games on the docket tomorrow. Another full day here for another full set of games here from Power Balance Pavilion in the Sac-Joaquin section. You can catch all the action on CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv as Bender going to get to the line.
Third personal, number 11, Joseph Berry. Number 23, Kelly Bender at the line for the Mustangs.
So Sierra's 26-game winning streak is going to end tonight as Foothill continues. Foothill winning. This is going to be their 4th championship in school history. Nunez drives. Can't get the short lay-in to fall. Just a little over 2 minutes ago here in the ball game. It's all about academic at this point as my what is it that I'm looking for? My usual partner, Ben Schneider, would like to say. Ben Schneider up north, working the north section this evening with Jeff Kurtz up there in Chico, California, up at Chico State. I'm sure they had a good slew of basketball action up there. Bender at the line shooting 2, misses the first. Just under 2 minutes to go here we had an up-tempo game there early on, Neil, and things have seemed to kind of slow down here as we're dealing with fouls and trying to get something going here for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and it looks like even if they did get something going, it's going to be too little, too late.
Nunez really forcing something up there. I mean, not set, missing completely. And the Foothill fans really let him hear it. Here's Bryson. Bryson doing a good job running the floor and caught a sleeping Sierra team. 72-52, a minute 38 to go. Here's Thornton off from three. They've really had a tough time shooting the 3-ball here tonight.
Yeah, which is really atypical for the Sierra Timberwolves, typically an excellent team from long range.
Here's Bender getting pressure from Nunez. Oh, this one's an opportunity here. Oh, a lot of contact it seemed there as Elijah goes all the way down the floor. Gets stuffed up at the rim. James, though, gets fouled, so under a minute, he's going to get an opportunity. It looked like James really wanted to get the dunk there, but did not happen. 47.5 to go here, 47.5 seconds left here. Yes, the Foothill Mustangs are that much closer to a Division III section championship. Coach Drew Hibbs doing a good job of emptying his bench, and the Foothill fans, the Foothill student section really letting Bryson hear it, getting all the cheers, and you can really see Michael Bryson very happy, getting high fives and from his teammates as he comes out. There's James. James is going to come out to so Tyron Potts now into the game for the Mustangs, also with Anthony Jones. Anthony Williams still out there. Maurice Harris as well. And Malik Aziz. Time taken away, 12 seconds. Foothill fans with the goodbye chant. 7, 6. And Foothill's going to win this one by a final of 74-52. So that's going to do it here for the Division V Sac-Joaquin section champions. Foothill Mustangs, your champion, as they beat Sierra Timberwolves 74-52. Neil, any final thoughts here?
You know, it was not the game I'm sure the Sierra Timberwolves expected, but they still played well. You got to feel for Will Ward fouling out, an excellent player in his own right. Unfortunately, didn't really get a chance to show it tonight, but you got to give it up to the Foothill Mustangs. They played their game plan, and they did it well, kept the tempo high, fed the ball to Bryson and Bender, and were just able to rack up the points in the paint from the three-point range and just outplayed the Sierra Timberwolves all over the court. As it is, player of the game probably is going to come down to a decision between Bryson and Bender. You'll have to check out our player of the game interviews on CIF Sac-Joaquin.tv later tonight to find out who that player will be. A lot of great basketball having been played here today. But as it turns out, the statistics and the numbers hold to be true. All 4 number 1 seeds in action today won their respective championships. But we got a whole schedule of games for tomorrow.
Yeah, you said it. For tonight, I think that Bender is definitely really stepped up they did a great job defensively again on Bryson. So it's, I think Bender did a great job. But make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, folks, as we're going to have the Division 4 Girls Basketball Championship. It's going to be number 1 Calaveras taking on number 3 West Campus. Kind of a surprise here, but that's going to be starting bright and early at 11:30 tomorrow, right here on your home for high school sports, played on Sports Network. So what's going to do it for tonight, as Foothill is your Division 3 Sac-Joaquin section champion. They beat Sierra 74-52. So for the entire crew this evening, Neil Martin, Bo Fertig, and folks will have to remind me, Lucas earlier today, and Dominic, for all the folks here tonight, this afternoon. That's going to do it, folks. Make sure you tune in to the website later on. We'll have the player of the game interview here from this game. We'll have that up online later for you folks. But that's going to do it. The Division 3 Sac-Joaquin section champions, it's your Foothill Mustangs. They beat Sierra 74-52. I'm Joey Gonzalez here from Power Balance Pavilion. We'll check you out tomorrow, folks.